Welcome to XIII. Hey, Nathaniel, what's up?
Hey guys, it's me, Nathaniel. I'm here for the podcast.
You're running late.
Yeah, I was getting cucked, so...
Why so brazenly honest?
Oh, you know me.
Is it because you're not Nathaniel?
Nope. Alright, that's pretty good.
This is the stupidest thing I've ever done. Welcome back to XIII. It's one of those days where you get out of court, you hate the system, and then a new foe appears. We got Ecker, aka Jecker, aka the most elusive man on the internet, the living meme himself. Give it up.
Oscar Homeslice. Follow me on Twitter. Oscar Homeslice on newgrounds.com.
Newgrounds. That's taking it back. Is that where you'd say your anime influence is coming from, since you're the living meme?
Yeah, that's where I was radicalized.
Not Toonami.
No, not really Toonami. I got into anime.
Toonami overrated.
No, but I just got into anime a different way.
Well, explain your love for anime, because I'm like a casual. You could call me a normie. You could call me an anime normie. Okay. I remember watching Dragon Ball Z and shit. That's like my favorite anime. I don't really get into the deep end of the pool. I don't even really like Naruto. So, break it down for me.
I don't like good anime. I just like bad anime.
Well, you only like things ironic.
I only like bad things, so it makes sense, yeah. I don't know, what animes do you want to talk about?
Well, so let's say you're a novice, a beginner, like me. You want to get into it. Do you have like 5 shows you could recommend?
I think I could. Really good shows to get into anime are like Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop. That was on Toonami,
That was on
right?
Toonami. That was a good one.
What's that one about?
It's about...
You gotta explain all these for me. I'm stupid.
A space bounty hunter, and he goes on adventures, but it's a little darker. There's a little more to it. It's not Teen Titans Go. Is
it made with Flash animation? Is that what you're implying?
No. There's a little more thought put into it, probably.
No, okay. It's more, sophisticated.
Exactly.
Anything else?
About Cowboy Bebop. There's a movie.
There's a movie.
Yeah.
Who made Cowboy Bebop? Who is the genius behind this? Why is his name Cowboy Bebop?
I don't remember. I don't know who made the show, but it's called Cowboy Bebop because he's a cowboy and the name of their ship is the Bebop.
Their ship? Who's on the ship?
It's the main character, Spike Spiegel, who is very cool. I think there's been talks that they're going to make a live-action movie, and he would be played by either Keanu Reeves or Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, this sounds...
I've seen pictures.
This sounds pretty bad.
On the internet. Oh, it's always bad.
Why do they even bother with anime live-action adaptations? I mean, Dragon Ball Evolution.
There's money in there.
Is there?
Oh,
Don't these movies always tank?
The live-action ones usually. I can't think of a good one.
Just seems like a complete waste of time, if you ask me.
But the money... And don't underestimate fans of anime. They're the craziest people. They're the worst.
Oh, well,
they're nuts.
Before we break down some other 4 shows, what's so bad about the fans of anime?
They don't shower.
Are they like competitive Smash players?
Exactly. There's some overlap there between the competitive Smash community and the anime community.
Oh man, maybe that's why I'm such a big normie. Maybe that's why I'm aware of these shows.
It could be.
I've heard of Cowboy Bebop.
We can't all be me.
I think most people are aware of Cowboy Bebop.
It's a good one. Another show that would be really good for people getting into anime is My Hero Academia. You want me to tell you about My Hero?
Yeah, go ahead and tell me about My Hero.
Boku no Hero Academia, for you gaijins. It's like...
I won't even ask.
It's literally like a comic book type story. It's about heroes and people with superpowers, and it's like X-Men. It's a lot like X-Men. It's a lot like Superman too, a bit.
Why would someone into X-Men even bother with going over to something like this if they can get this from X-Men?
Because it's better, I think.
Is it more ironic?
I think My Hero is genuinely good.
Oh, okay.
Non-ironically good.
Wow. Okay.
So let me tell you about it.
Go on.
So the story is that in this world, people are born with superpowers. About 80% of the population has superpowers. And so people become professional heroes and they fight villains. They're superheroes, literally. The main character, he wants to be a hero.
Japanese world?
It does take place in Japan.
Okay.
Although the main character, who's a big, strong, blue-eyed white man with a big penis, is from America.
These are Japanese people making the show?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Is that a parody, or is that just...
I'd say it's more of an homage.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Fascinating.
You can tell that the guy who wrote it likes this kind of stuff.
Okay.
So the main character does not have a power, but he wants to be a hero more than anyone. So he meets the big strong American man, All Might. I don't think he's actually American. His name is like Toshinori or something Asian.
Where do you get this American thing from? Do they call him American?
I think in one scene they might call him an American.
Are his eyes circular and as opposed to everyone else?
He doesn't even have eyes. He's got...
Go on.
He's got like... His face is just like black for his eyes, but you can see they're blue. So the main character meets All Might, who's the best hero, and he asks him, he's like, if I don't have a power, can I be a hero? And then he does his creepy look, and he tells him that he too was born without a quirk or a power. A quirk is what they call it. Okay. And so he passes his power down to him. So he's got to learn. How do you pass your power down? He's got to eat a piece of his hair.
Is this some sort of fucking satanic ritual?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
This all took place at the Bohemian Club. That's where it went down.
The Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, that place. So he's got like the power of the strongest hero of like a bunch of different heroes actually condensed into one. So he's got super duper strength, but he's like a 15-year-old kid. So anytime he uses it, he just like shatters his arms.
So this is like a cross between Superman and Shazam?
I'd say it's more like Superman, because it's not like magic power, but it's like a superpower.
Oh, well, you said he's a kid.
Well, that too. He doesn't transform into an adult or anything.
He doesn't have a magic word that he says.
No, he doesn't say...
All Might!
He doesn't say that, no. So yeah, he's got to like learn how to use the ability, but then, so he goes to this school, and it's like the top school in the country for superheroes, training to be a superhero. So he's going with all these guys who have insane powers. Like one dude can shoot ice and fire.
Was this a manga first?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Are all animes pretty much based off mangas?
I think so.
Do you want to explain what a manga is for anyone who doesn't know what a manga is?
Oh, manga is like a comic book, but Japanese, and they don't come out in issues, they come out in volumes usually. And you have to read them the opposite way. You read from right to left.
Are those the only differences from a comic book?
I guess so, yeah. It's a different style.
Okay. So when did the manga first get released? Like how old is this show?
I don't know how long the manga's been around, but the show has only been around for like 2 or 3 years. It's quickly become very popular. The 3rd season just finished airing on TV, and so...
So it's a recently adapted show?
Yeah, pretty recent.
Okay. What's this airing on?
I don't know, Japanese TV?
Toonami hasn't picked this up?
No, I don't think that there's an English dub yet. No, there is an English dub. Yeah, that's right. Toonami might have this. I don't know. I don't watch TV.
How do you watch all this great anime?
On the internet.
where you download porn.
Yeah, I simultaneously download porn and anime.
Do you simultaneously watch porn and anime?
Oh yeah.
That shit goes hand in hand. One
hand feeds the other. I got porn over here, and it's tentacle porn actually. Is what I'm downloading.
This is the greatest crossover of all time.
Yes.
What you're doing. So he goes to this school. Some guy's shooting fire and ice out of his hands. What happens from there?
So basically they're training to be heroes, but there's also a rising, like, villain story, I guess. There's one super villain and all these other villains, and they decide, because the main character is, like, taking over for All Might, because All Might's, like, done for. He had, like, a fatal injury.
In between him bestowing his power on, what's the protagonist's name?
Midoriya or Deku.
So, in between that time of giving him that power and him going to that school, he suffered a fatal injury?
No, it was like a while ago, and that's why All Might decided to train him. He's like, I'm dying, I need a successor. And so all these villains, they see like, oh, the number one strongest dude he's done. This is let's go do stuff now. Let's do bad guy stuff. And so they're attacking these kids because they're like...
Man.
Exactly. So they're attacking all these kids because they're evil.
Of course. What else would bad guys do?
Yeah.
So he has to fight him? Is that where it left off? You're waiting to see what happens next? Even though...
Yeah.
I mean, have you read the manga?
I have not read the manga.
No.
I want to, though.
Well, go to Japan.
Maybe I will.
Or find someone here who sells it. Do people sell mangas here?
Yeah. I'll just download it. Why pay for things when you can steal them?
PDF.
Exactly.
So, another show then. You gave me Cowboy Bebop and
My Hero
Academia. Yeah.
Oh god, what else is there?
Drawing a blank.
I am drawing a blank. I had it written down.
Oh shit.
But I forgot. Well, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is a pretty good one.
That's something you'd recommend?
To a certain audience.
So, this is one of your personal favorites then?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll put that in a different category then.
Oh, okay.
So you got 2 recommended, but your personal... Now, why could you only give this to a certain audience?
Because if you describe the show, it's like big buff gay men. They're not gay. Big buff straight men, and they fight psychic vampires with ghosts by punching them really hard.
This is the show you said would take like 40 minutes to explain or something?
Oh, no, that's Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh, that's one of your other personal favorites, right?
Yeah,
maybe. That's the Elon Musk approved one, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, just go into those 2 shows for a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay.
Rave about them. I know you've been waiting all your life to do this.
I'll talk about JoJo, because I just watched the 2nd episode of Part 5 today, and it comes out in parts, really, not seasons, because there's 8 parts to the show so far.
How long has this been running?
A few years. So there was Part 1, which was only one... Part 1 and 2 together was 1 season, I think. And then Part 3 had 2 seasons. Part 4 had 2 seasons, and now we're on Season 1 of Part 5.
I see. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very long, seems like.
It's been going on for a while.
Is there a lot of filler?
Sort of. It's usually like there's an overarching plot in each episode.
Of course, yeah.
Gets into it a bit, but it's its own thing.
Like, kind of how traditional, I don't want to say Japanese, but that type of storytelling, Eastern storytelling, it's kind of always been like that with the... I mean, Quentin Tarantino even did that in Kill Bill. Like, they break it down into parts. He even does that in not movies that are all kung fu influenced and shit. But, you know, they break it down into parts, so I can follow along easily with that.
Yeah.
It just always seems like there could be a bunch of filler, though, because Dragon Ball Z had shitloads of filler.
Oh, yeah. Dragon Ball Z, Naruto,
so
One Piece.
When I see a really long show like that.
Yeah.
Kind of worries me.
It's very beloved by its fans. I think it's one of the most popular animes or mangas in Japan.
Probably.
That's what they say. It's very stylized. A lot of interesting color choices in the show. Like, they switch colors a lot. Like, a scene will start out and it'll be one way, and then all the colors will change to something else.
What's the point behind that?
It looks cool. There's no point. Like, maybe a character's got black hair, then he's got blue hair, and then his hair's like pink.
So what's going on in this show?
Oh, you want me to tell you the plot?
You might as well.
Okay. Part 1, 1880s England. There's a guy named Jonathan Joestar. Kids call him Jojo for short. And,
okay.
And his adopted brother, Dio, turns himself into a vampire, and Jojo has to fight him with the power of magic breathing, and then he gets a sword and he cuts Dio in half, but he's a vampire.
This is the show where everyone's named after rock bands, right?
Yeah. So Dio gets cut in half like hot dog style. But he's a vampire, so he comes back, but then he's just a head, and he kills Jonathan and he steals his body with his head. And then part 2 is Jonathan's grandson, Joseph.
Is there a time warp?
Yeah, there was like a big time jump.
Big time jump.
It went from 1880 to like 1930.
Now, did they age? Do they age?
Yeah.
Does it affect them?
Yeah.
Or do they just
kind of age? Well, Jonathan is dead now, and now we're introduced to Joseph, and he's like a young guy. He's gonna go fight the Nazis soon because it's 1930, and this part really doesn't even matter in the whole story. He's gotta go fight the Nazis find this man in a tree, and they use like vampire blood to bring him back to life, and then he's a super vampire. He's what they call a pillar man. Okay, they got it down like this. So vampires eat people.
It seems
pillar
like
men
this
eat
story
vampires.
Is progressing very rapidly into something completely different.
Oh yes, it's not gonna have anything to do with vampires for a very long time.
Shortly after this.
Yeah. So there's 4 of these pillar men, and they're like, the whole thing is like they're men of rock, so their names are Cars, spelled with a K.
Okay.
Santana, or
like the band.
Yeah.
Well, like the guy, really.
Or Saint Viento in some dubs. That's what they called him.
I won't question it.
And then they have Wamu, named after Wham.
Oh.
And then SCDC, named after AC/DC.
I'm guessing they couldn't get the rights or something.
Yeah. It gets way worse, and from this point on. And so, the story is that Joseph once again defeats vampires with magic breathing, but this time he gets a robot hand, and yeah, that's basically it. That's part 2.
It just gets worse from there?
No, this is where the whole series changes.
Why? So
part 3 is like, I think it's 1980s or something. So Joseph is an old man at this point, and he's like 100
years old, right?
I think he'd be in his 70s.
Or wait, no.
This is the guy he was born in like 1920.
The guy from the 1880s.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking of him.
So Joseph is an old man at this point, and he's got his grandson, Jotaro, who's half Japanese, and Jotaro developed this magic power that he's got this ghost that can like grab bullets out of the air, and it can see super far, and it's super strong, and he's got this they call it a stand because it stands next to you.
Okay.
And only people with stands can see other people's stands, And that's the majority of the story from here on.
Why did they do that?
I don't know. The author ran out of ideas.
So he just completely changed the concept and
Basically.
Everyone ran with it?
Yeah.
How long? This is obviously a manga first.
Yeah, this has been going on since the 70s.
How long has the anime been going on for?
Probably like 7 or 8 years.
Fuck.
Yeah.
They got some catching up to do.
Yeah. So...
At this rate, will they ever catch up?
No, never. Probably not.
Is the manga ever gonna stop?
Nobody knows.
Wow. Well, why don't you give me a show you could recommend? Because clearly...
I could talk for a while about JoJo.
They need to... I think they should probably watch some other shows before they get into JoJo. Unless some people are really fucking weird and just want to jump straight into JoJo, I guess.
Okay, don't start at part 1. Don't start at part 3. You gotta know the whole story.
Is it really necessary?
No, not at all.
Then why would they start at part 1?
I don't know. I started at part 1. They should too.
Doesn't it feel like a trick though?
No. I mean, you gotta... The main villain through the whole series is that guy, Dio.
He never died because he's a vampire?
In part 1, he's a vampire. In part 3, he's a vampire. Part 4, he's dead. In part 5... So Dio also had this gay black boyfriend named Pucci.
Okay.
So he's got this gay black boyfriend, and after Dio dies, Pucci, he wants to reset the world so Dio is alive, and that's a plot point. And then in part 6...
Wait, what
Or no.
What happens in part 5? Didn't you say he dies in part 4 and Pucci does all that? Or does Pucci do that?
No, Pucci's part 6.
Okay.
Okay, part 5, I don't even... Part 5 is Dio's son, Giorno Giovanna.
So wait, they just needed to top Dio's son, so they gave him a gay black boyfriend all of a sudden? Or was he always around? Because...
No,
that seemed to come out
Dio's
of
a
nowhere.
vampire, he's been around for a while.
Yeah. But you didn't mention, that... You just threw it out there. Yeah, so he had a gay black...
Yeah, well, this guy isn't even introduced until, part 5 or 6.
How is that not terrible storytelling?
I don't know. It's pretty funny. I like it.
Alright. Well, go on.
So Giorno is Dio's son.
What part are they on again?
This is part 5.
Okay.
So Giorno is Dio's son, but he's his half-son, because it's Dio's head on Jonathan's body. So he's Dio, but he's also a Joestar. He's got both of their bloods. Yeah, so it gets confusing.
I don't even know what to say.
JoJo is very confusing.
So you have to be an anime fan to get into this show.
I mean, it'd be really weird if you didn't watch any anime but just this one. Yeah, that'd be weird.
So people are always like, well, you can't just jump into anime. Do you think that's a bunch of bullshit? Do you think you can just jump into anime? Or do you think JoJo is the perfect example of why you can't do that?
I think you could.
A stereotype.
I think you could jump into anime. I mean, I didn't know there were anime stereotypes.
You don't go on Twitter enough.
Oh. Let's go to the bad parts of Twitter.
Well, let's be honest now.
All of it's the bad part.
Is the bad part. Alright, so we need one more show you can recommend though.
Okay, well, one of the first shows I started watching when I was younger was called Yu Yu Hakusho. You remember that one?
I remember that one.
Was on Toonami.
I never watched it.
Oh, that's one of those...
I barely even remember anything about it.
You kind of got to start at the beginning shows.
Go on. Start at the beginning.
Okay, it's about this kid and he's a big turd and then he dies. But then he's a ghost. And then he learns how to fight ghosts.
He comes back to life and learns how to fight ghosts.
Yeah. He becomes the spirit detective.
Is there Was there a big ghost problem beforehand? That, like, is it established that there's ghosts in this universe and they cause problems?
No, like you only know about it if you're in on it, you know.
I see. So it's a big conspiracy.
Yeah.
Is it a secret society?
Sort of.
Are they doing a hand sign?
Oh, for sure. He works for, like, the ghost government. Like,
That's
he's a
shady.
ghost cop.
I think I can get behind that.
Yeah.
I should have gave that one a chance.
The ghost government?
I think about it. Yeah.
You think the Illuminati is run by ghosts? Is that what you're saying?
More like reptilian people. No, I'm joking. So, speaking of reptilian people, how come you hate liberals?
Are we going to talk about what we were talking about before? About how you think Michael Jackson is an alien?
Whatever. You win.
Okay.
Michael Jackson's a fucking alien.
Okay, good. Now that we're all on the same page.
Alright, so go on.
About liberals?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
I need to know. I've been dying to know.
Oh, I just love to cuck those liberals, those libtards. Don't you know?
Is it because of things like censorship and whining and whatever else, or what is what would be the fascination with wanting to troll people? What's the meme culture like?
Oh, geez.
Break it down.
You're asking some big questions.
I'm asking some big questions.
Some hard-hitting questions.
Some hard ones.
Oof.
I need to get to the bottom of this.
I don't know.
No answers.
It's all, the Twitters.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty easy to go on Twitter and, get a shitload of retweets and likes for doing some dumb ass shit.
Yeah.
It is pretty fucking easy nowadays.
Showing someone, like, one butt cheek. Yeah.
Well, they call those chicks thirsty or whatever.
Yeah. Thoughts. It's my favorite.
No, I don't like using...
You don't like thought?
I don't...
You know what that stands for?
I feel... Okay. Saying things like thought makes me feel like I'm 50 years old.
Oh, okay.
Like, if I was like 14 years old now, I still feel like I could not use the word thought or thoughty or something like that.
Why not?
Or
it's hip.
Or
all
like
the kids are saying it.
I'm getting lit and shit like that. Well, I guess I kind of use that sometimes unironically, but it's kind of ironic that I say it.
Like when you play Fortnite, you say that's lit.
I haven't played Fortnite.
Fortnite is lit.
Look, man, I'm not out here dabbing, but I'm trying to get to my point that
you're not yeeting on those haters.
If I was like 14, there is no way. There's no way I could see myself saying things like yeet, dabbing, and fucking doing all that goofy ass shit in a serious context.
No, wouldn't.
Why has meme culture completely taken over? What's going on, man?
I don't know.
Explain this to me.
You're in on it. All the libtard parents are raising their kids wrong. That's what it is. They're just waiting to get cucked.
Well, break it down. You're throwing out buzzwords at me. I'm getting confused, man.
Whoa.
I'm getting angered.
If you don't get it, I don't know.
I mean, you can't inform us. You just gotta be in on the know is what you're saying.
Maybe. It's a secret society.
I mean, it seems like I'm surrounded by secret societies.
Maybe.
It's not good. It's not good. I don't like it.
It's not a good way to look at the world.
No, not really. I mean, it just seems like we're in a pretty shitty place lately.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can go on Twitter. You can go on... I mean, somebody got murdered like 2 years ago on Facebook Live. Do you remember that?
I heard about that.
You didn't see the video?
I thought that was just a publicity stunt for Unfriended too.
I'm pretty sure. I think he killed someone else, right? And then they shot him down.
I don't know. I don't remember the video specifically.
I don't know. It was some like black dude going around with like a fucking like 6-shooter or some shit. I think he killed like 2 people on Facebook before they finally killed him.
Yeah.
It was but like that's fucking crazy. Yeah.
I'm surprised more people don't do it.
I'm sure a lot of people try to now. And they're like, oh, we can't allow that. They're going to get too riled up. You got to stop these videos.
Yeah, got to start. Well, it's all about you got to post. How are you going to post the video? I mean.
Well, you stop uploading once you get away from the murder scene. I don't know.
What do you think about YouTube poop?
How would you explain a YouTube poop? That's like a big part of the meme culture. That was like a big early thing.
It was something
YouTube poops have been around for like, what, since 2010, 11?
Older than that, definitely.
You think so?
Yeah, I remember when I was first getting into the internet, I was really fond of this website called albinoblacksheep.com.
Okay.
And there were what they called animutations, like animations, but mutated. And they just like took footage and kind of chopped it up or sped it down, or just in weird little flash animations that they'd put together. And then I started seeing more stuff like that on YouTube, probably like right after that, probably around 2008 or 9.
Oh, okay. So YouTube poops came out in like 2009-ish.
I guess, yeah. I wouldn't really say they're memes, though.
I mean, isn't a meme...
It's a lesser subgroup of people that like this dumb stuff.
Isn't it all dumb?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I mean...
There's no prolific YouTube poop.
What was the, there was this guy who was talking about the classic definition of the word meme, and I guess it could be like... I mean, a fucking dab's a meme for all intents and purposes. Yeah. And that's like, just... I just gave a half-hearted one. But,
Oof.
That's like a live person interaction thing. I guess a meme, meme doesn't have to be like a picture or something,
Yeah.
That's why it's fucking...
It's an idea.
That's why it's weird to see the culture shift in thinking amongst the people.
Yeah.
And everyone's trying to fucking troll each other, be a dick, be sarcastic, ironic, funny, and then, up top, we got all these fucking, you can't say that.
Yeah. I think,
in the mass media world.
I think that the internet's influence on human culture is changing things in a way. I think we have more subgroups of culture now than we probably ever have before, and with the such rapid communication we can have because of the internet, that's where you see these types of things, like with the libtards and the cucks and all these different memes.
What's with your loving of the word cuck?
Oh, it's so much fun.
Is it?
It's my favorite word.
Just got a ring to it.
It's. I like the way it feels when I say it in my mouth.
That seems like an odd fascination.
Yeah, my other favorite word is jabroni.
Is that because you want to be cucked by The Rock?
Yeah, I want The Rock to go over there and fuck those cuck jabronis. Wants to cuck those jabronis.
But no, I get what you're saying about the internet though, because like your favorite website, Reddit.
Oh.
Yeah. It has all those subreddits for all those people who are into different shit. You can subscribe to whatever you want. That's kind of what the internet is as a whole, honestly. But then it also has the added feature of being able to, look up whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Which, ironically enough, people will still hop on a comment section and be like, explain this.
Yeah.
It's like, or you could look it up or continue watching the video you're currently watching.
I think the internet is going to destroy everyone's memory. I think no one's going to be able to remember anything for very long.
You think long-term memory storage or whatever you would want to call that? I think it's getting shorter.
I think ever since we invented writing, our long-term memory's been going down. Because we don't have to remember stuff, we just write it down.
That's a good theory. That is a real... how long ago was writing invented?
Quite a while ago.
I mean, are you not going to
probably
fact check that? Are you going to look it up?
No, my phone's dead.
Oh, yeah. I guess I have to do that.
It's probably like 15,000 years ago, maybe?
I don't know. Let's see. When was writing invented? That's such a weird thing to ask.
Yeah.
It says here, writing was invented in 32,000 BC.
That was a long time ago.
Writing a system of graphic marks representing the units of a specific language, Near East, China, and Mesoamerica. The cuneiform script created Mesopotamia, present-day Iraq, circa 3200 BC. It's first, and I'm not going to go on reading this University of Texas article.
Wowee.
Well, you gotta cite stuff, man.
Oh, okay.
If you don't cite stuff, then you're no better than a YouTube reaction channel.
No better than a dirty libtard getting cucked.
I was waiting for it.
That's what I would be if I didn't fact check. Yeah.
Well, isn't it true that you kind of share some things in common with those dirty libtard cucks, like the vaping and the
anime
and the fidget spinner and the anime and the vaping through your fidget spinner while watching anime?
Into my anime, yeah.
I mean, is that not fair criticism?
Yeah.
And how do you live with yourself?
I'm not a cuck.
Well, I mean,
I'm the cucker, not the cucky.
How are they all getting cucked? How is this a fact? Explain. They're getting angry. I am a middle-aged mom. I am mad right now.
Have you seen these male feminists out there?
Okay, I am a 35-year-old male feminist right now. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Why do you feel this way about me? Yeah, you dirty son of a bitch. Give me the answers.
I don't know. Why not? You got someone better to hate?
I mean, that's a pretty touchy point, but it's fair.
Have you ever done an episode without Nathaniel?
No, I've never done an episode without Nathaniel, and that's because he's being a libtard cock.
Oh, he's getting cut.
Like you said.
Maybe you should cut this part out, and then we'll just put a part in the beginning where I pretend to be Nathaniel. You think people would notice? Your 2 listeners?
I can, no, I have 3.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, did you see my hand gesture?
That many, huh?
Yeah, we can, you know what? You can record it now, and I'm not going to cut this part out, and you're just going to do a Nathaniel impersonation in like 5 seconds, and I'll cut that part out and stick it at the beginning. And then when they get to this part of the podcast, they'll know that was the plan all along.
Oh, I see.
Because you love ironic things like that.
Oh, this is the greatest.
I mean, it's completely fallen apart. Like I said, I've never done an episode without Nathaniel. I like my stuff structured. And Ecker comes in saying, I'm going to be late. Nathaniel's saying, I got to go home. Everything just fell apart.
It's the Halloween episode. Yeah.
I mean,
everything's spooky.
It's not even, it's October 18th.
That's the spookiest time.
It's my brother's birthday.
Whoa, scary.
Spooky. I mean, is turning 17 that spooky? How is turning 17 for you?
Wasn't bad.
Kinda sucked.
Yeah?
I mean, it was still high school.
Yeah.
I was ready to graduate.
Yeah.
I was a senior. Fuck that.
I don't remember a lot of my high school times. I feel like I kind of tried to repress those memories.
Too much Xanax? Are you one of these doped up,
I was smoking too much cock.
Oh.
Metaphorically speaking.
Oh, fuck. So, why can't you remember? Were you on a bunch of drugs?
No. I don't know.
You didn't even smoke dope until you... And I mean dope, like crack cocaine.
Yeah,
until you were like 20.
I didn't start shooting heroin until I was at least 22.
Alright, so you were telling me you didn't smoke weed till like 19, right?
Yeah, I didn't.
Now explain why.
What? I don't know.
You have to give me something.
For a while, I
need
just didn't want to.
sweet nectar from this interview. This quote-unquote interview.
Oh, this is an interview now, is it?
Well, you know, I'm trying to wrap things up, so I'm turning it into an interview.
Okay. I don't know, because right around that's when I stopped being a libtard cuck. And I smoke. Oh,
see, now we've got character development.
I smoke big weed every day, and that's why I cuck these libtards so hard now, because I'm a big strong Chad Proud Boy now.
You're an internet revolutionary.
Yeah.
You're the smallest internet revolutionary.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment.
Alright. We're still running. Still need a few more minutes.
Oh, okay. I do own a Confederate flag. I bought it on the internet because I found out that you couldn't buy them off Amazon anymore. You can't buy Confederate flags on Amazon. It's really weird, but you can buy, like, I think Soviet Union flags.
Why did you want to buy a Confederate flag?
Because I couldn't. I wanted one because I couldn't. So I had to go on like some flag website and buy it.
So you didn't want a Confederate flag until you found out that you weren't allowed to have a Confederate flag. That's interesting. Some would argue that flag's an act of treason because of the separation
to
the U.S. government. That it was a rebel.
I'll secede. I'll leave the Union.
Wow.
We're gonna call Michigan New Canada.
I mean, you just gave away our location.
Oh, shit.
You just gave away our base of... You doxed us. No, I'm kidding.
Now everyone knows that we live somewhere. Shit.
For all they know, we live in Antarctica.
For all they know, we live in outer space. We're with Michael Jackson. We're the aliens.
Alright, so are you going to give me your best Nathaniel impersonation?
I don't really know what he sounds like. I'm not gonna lie.
Have you listened to the podcast?
I've listened to some of them.
Yeah, you're one of my 2 listeners, right?
Oh, fuck, I forgot I am. Yeah, he's like, hey guys, it's me, Nathaniel. Hey.
Alright. That's pretty funny. Alright. How are we gonna set up this Nathaniel impersonation?
I don't know, how about I pretend I walk in here and say, hey, it's me, Nathaniel. Or you can say, hey.
That's pretty good. Alright.
Oh, you know what we should talk about?
What?
Undercover Pope.
And do you want to give away that idea?
And the subsequent ideas I'm working on, the sequel, which will be called Space Pope.
Okay.
When he goes to space. No, we can keep...
So before we sign off, give us the brief synopsis of Undercover Pope. I think we can at least do that. I think it's pretty safe. It's not like it's a completely original idea. We can give them the brief rundown.
From the makers of 21 Jump Street, it's like Undercover Boss, but the boss is the Pope, and he goes undercover to the Catholic Church to get all the pedophiles. But he's got to team up with the cops and their guns.
I thought he was teaming up with a rookie cop.
Yeah, he's teaming up with a rookie cop on the force. And the 2 of them, they're electric.
They're quite the duo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Theaters.
How exactly is this gonna be? I'm the what? The writer, actor, producer.
We're animating it now. And it's all gonna be CGI.
Now we're animating.
Yeah. From Disney Studios.
I don't think Disney's gonna touch us with a 10-foot pole after this.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
They
let James Gunn do 2 movies before they realized the things he said.
Yeah.
At least I'm honest about it.
Yeah. We're not hiding this.
In any case.
We'll get that Disney money.
It's been an interesting episode. I think I'm going to sign us off.
Oh. Okay.
So, once again, Mike.
I'm Ecker.
I hope to see you around soon, man. Hope you come back.
We'll see.
Maybe Nathaniel won't be getting cocked next time.
Yeah, maybe sometime if Nathaniel's really here.
Issue him a challenge.
No.
Say it, Nathaniel. I challenge you to come on the podcast.
That libtard, I bet he won't even come on the podcast, you know? He won't even come back. I scared him off.
You know, we've seen some pretty great crossovers throughout human history. We had Dracula and the Wolfman, King Kong and Godzilla, Mario and Donkey Kong, Batman and Superman. We've seen a lot of great crossovers, but now humans are waiting to take that next step. We're waiting on Ecker and Nathaniel on Chiesa La Vida. It's going to be epic whenever it happens. May not be epic. Who knows? I do know that Ecker didn't even get to talk about Neon Genesis Evangelion. However, he also said that it would take 40 minutes to get that done, so, you know, maybe next time. When he faces off with Nathaniel, right? Just kidding. Ecker's not even here anymore. I killed him and put him in my basement because he bought a Confederate flag.